It's a heated debate. What to do with school funding? The conversation only got louder after lawmakers signed this bill. It requires every public school in the state to have an armed officer on campus. Each district can decide if it wants to hire more security officers or armed marshals, some of which can be school employees.
Despite $79 million allocated to fund more school resource officers, many school districts and law enforcement agencies say it's not enough. 10 News reporter Shannon Valladolid shows you why.
It's no secret that school districts don't have an unlimited supply of money. Let's take Hillsborough County, for example. They held a special meeting this week to discuss their financial woes. Money for instructional materials went up by more than $450,000. Transportation funding went up by this much. Then the millions of dollars still needed to fix air conditioning at several schools now add on hiring new school officers. The district expects to start the next school year at a $16 million deficit. Hillsborough School Board member April Griffin suggested paying a fine instead of complying with the law to have an armed officer at every campus.
Have seen other districts not abide by some of the standards that the state has set forth. Let's just be real about that. Class size amendment being one of them. There have been districts that have paid penalties as opposed to abiding by class size amendment because it was cheaper to do that.
We asked Governor Rick Scott if districts would be punished if they didn't follow the new law.
Well, my expectation is everybody's going to comply with the law. I mean, this is about our kids and our grandkids. And my expectation is everybody work very hard to keep our schools safe.
But when we asked him where the extra money will come from, he said school districts have enough.
We've had over a $3 billion annual increase in K-12 education since I got elected. $3 billion annualized, okay? We have millions more dollars this year going to K-12 education. We have record funding for K-12 education right now.
Both Hillsborough and Pinellas voted against the cheaper option, which is arming some school employees. Aside from having many positions to fill in his agency, Pinellas Sheriff Bob Gualtieri says he will meet the July 1st deadline.
We will move the people around, we'll use overtime, we'll hire back people who are recently retired, and we'll figure out a way to get it done. And I'm confident that we can do that. And then in the long term is that we do need to recruit and hire so this is sustained for years to come.
In Pinellas County, Shannon Valladolid, 10 News.
Now, Governor Rick Scott has asked the legislature if they would be receptive to taking the school guardian program and shifting it over to help districts pay for more SROs. He says they seem willing to do it, but it's not a done deal. Tonight, Hillsborough County board members are hosting a meeting to answer questions from the community. It will take place at Greco Middle School. That meeting starts at 6:30.